in my lane?
No, not at all.
Are you not paying attention? Are you texting?
I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6.
It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention.
I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up.
My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention.
It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
I never thought it would end like this. With the first look into your eyes, I fell in love. I thought I had everything. It was just one text.
America, it's time for a gut check. If the Founding Fathers saw us huddled in our little cocoons, texting each other smiley faces, they'd hang their powdered wigs in shame. When our idea of danger is eating gluten, there's trouble afoot. Yes, we the people have gotten soft, and all the likes in the world aren't gonna save us now. But one thing will. Welcome to the place where we speed all day, where we bump and grind in a non-sexual way, where scores are settled and we break the rules, and everybody's got a set of badass tools. Get some NASCAR in your life. Hello, glory, goodbye, sight. Welcome to the place that we call home, where meats are grilled and you can bring your own, where everyone's welcome and we all belong, even my friend in his American flag thong. Get some NASCAR in your life. Hug your kids and kiss your wife. You want Billy and Sally, Edwards, Matt Kenseth, the Bushes, and maybe Jimmy Johnson will come back and kick some tuchus.
NASCAR makes its triumphant return to NBC Sports on July 4th weekend.
As soon as I'm done qualifying, I gotta go pee real quick. No, I'm still here. I'm stepping away in 1 minute.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the special edition here of All Pro Racing Network, where we're going to be running the 60 lap Daytona special of the Pat. people against distracted driving. Obviously, your announcer tonight is the Aussie, Andrew Williams, and I'm going to have Michael Collini with me very shortly. So we're just running through the qualifying for this evening's race. It's going to be a Dega fix. Sorry, we're racing at Talladega, not Daytona. It's a fixed setup. So be sure to keep an eye for all the trucks out there with the PAD logo. And tonight, the winner, not only will they take away the glory of winning this 60-lapper event, but also we'll get an autograph-signed poster of the Sam Bass Gallery. You can go over to sambass.com and check out some of his other posters that he's got together. But at the moment, the prize is definitely one for the keepers. But we do have to make sure we keep an emphasis on what tonight is all about, and that is about the PAD, the organisation, People Against Distracted Driving. You can check them out at www.pad.org. And what Michael Collini has done in the memory of his lovely daughter is inspirational to everybody. And he's taken a massive, terrible loss and turned into a thing for everyone to sort of work together and make sure we do not drive distracted at any point. And also a good message to send out to our youth to make sure they keep their hands off their phone and arrive at their destination safely. So as always, we'll head on over to see where the qualifying is standing. Now, I've had a bit of a look this evening, ladies and gentlemen, at the field that we've got in here tonight. And it is definitely an A-class field. We've got some of the best drivers I've seen in oval racing here in iRacing competing at the moment. And it's definitely not going to be for the faint-hearted. So we're currently 6 minutes remaining of qualifying. We've got 10 minutes qualifying. However, they can only do 2 flying laps and they must park it. But it's going to be a 60-lap race, as I said before. Weather, mostly cloudy, 65 degrees. Track will be 76, and at the moment we've got no winds, which is fantastic. It's going to make good racing. For this 60-lap, extraordinarily good conditions for this race. So at the moment we've got Helgi Gravemeyer. I remember that's how you say it, Helgi. The 911 sitting on the pole with a 51.01, and then we've got the 6.7 of Mark Maffett with a 51.02. Also along, just behind him in third at the moment is Paul Servett in the 8. Did the exact same time as Mark, so the 2 and 3 are identical times, and Brian Bochart in the 25 is not far behind. James Crawford in the 24 with a 51.03. Michael Hauser in the 17 is in 6th. David Adamson in the truck 7 is coming out of 7th, and the 83 of Stephen McGaw. He's currently in 8th. Tony Wright in the 38 is 9th, and Everett Lane is in 19th tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see him. He's normally in his 24 machine. He's going to round out the top 10. But we've got Buddy Walters in here, Ed Hayden, Rod Romeo Senior, Wayne Finley. Even Michael Collini's going to be steering at the moment. He's back in 20th. But we do have a few drivers who haven't taken a pole time yet. So far at the moment we've got 25 trucks. 25 trucks have set a qualifying lap. And saying that we're up there. So we've got around about 34 trucks, I believe, here this evening. 25 set at a time.
I'm back if you need me.
And here he is, Michael Collini. Michael, welcome this evening to this broadcast here of PAD's Dega race at 60 laps Talladega. Please, I was just to explain to the viewers about the whole reason behind PAD, and thank you for coming and sparing some time just before you go racing. Michael Collini, please let us tell us a bit more about it.
PAD was started in 2012 in memory of my daughter, who was killed as a victim of distracted driving. She was in the backseat of her friend's car. Her friend ran through a stop sign and my daughter got killed. One of the things we wanted to do once that happened is help other people in the situation we're in. My wife and I had nowhere to turn, and we become a place where people can actually reach out to us once they've lost a loved one, but we really want to try to get the message out that distracted driving kills, and we don't want anyone else having to live our nightmare. One of the things we do is we do a lot in racing, real world and virtual racing. We feel that fans are some of the best in the world, and they support our mission because they're behind everything, whether it's Sunoco or whatever. They just love the sport, love the people, and we love them too. And we just hope that everybody listens to our message and drives safe, and nobody dies from distracted driving. It's a preventable crash.
Absolutely, definitely preventable. And so this evening, obviously, we're doing this as an awareness with the PAD. Now, you were telling me before how far the PAD organisation is actually travelling with the message to get out there, with the windscreens and the donuts. Please tell us more about that.
Kind of got a little stepped on there, but we are pretty much moving around one whole. We're basically running around the world. We have signs in America, we have signs in Canada and Europe. We have stuff going on with different companies all over now that are starting to pick up. Binge Winger Glass is one of them. Krispy Kreme Donuts, Texas Roadhouse. We're picking up a lot of support throughout all these businesses that are realizing that their customers are just as important to their stores as it is to distracted driving. And it's just an honor to be known around the country. Even though my daughter's dead, she's known by a lot of people as, I guess, the face of distracted driving. It's a little crazy to think that's cool, but it's an honor to have her there since she can't be here with us, helping other people.
Yeah, 10-4 there, Mike, and I believe everyone's heart goes out to both yourself and your wife and your family with the tragic loss, but it's great the message you guys are putting out. So I guess the message is if we can just stop one person from picking up that phone while they're driving or becoming distracted anyway, it's a win-win for everybody. So yes. It's good to see good to see all these drivers here tonight. I mean, the field's a very strong field here, Mike. I'm looking through the names, and I'm kind of glad I'm up here in the booth and not going to be putting on a helmet. But you've got a lot of strong drivers here tonight, so a lot of people are very interested in getting behind this. So this is fantastic.
Well, I'm happy to be here, happy that everybody's here watching, and I'm going to say a few words to the drivers in here now. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Mike. Well, there we have it. That was Michael Lenny himself. He's just doing the driver's briefing, going through the driver's briefing for everybody, letting them know what's going to be on offer. Just an amazing man for what he's done and for what he's continued to do. And it looks like the poll got shuffled around a bit. We've got 74 of Tor Hellebo sitting on the poll right now with virtually a 51 flat through and through. Helgi in the 911 is with a 51.01. Mark Moffat in the 67 out of 3 with a 51.02. Also, alongside him in the 8 is Paul 7, again with a 51.02. Ryan Bochard is got his start now the 5th. Alongside of him will be James Crawford and Michael Hauser. We're going to go and have a look at some of these trucks. A lot of these guys put a lot of time into these trucks tonight.
It loaded the race set.
All right, it loaded a race set. There was a bit of a confusion there with the set being fixed, whether we're going to load a qualifying set or a race set, but we've got a race set. We're ready to go. So just looking at the trucks at the moment. Let's just go through them and have a bit of a look. So on the pole, in the 74, Tor Hellebo, with an excellent lap by Tor. So it's going to be good to see him. On the outside of Tor is Helgi in the 911, in the pad entry. The 67, Mark Moffat of the Miller High Life. Out of 4 is going to be the 8 of Paul 7. So it's good to see Paul here. And out of 5th will be Brian Bochard in the 25. 24 of James Crawford, Realtree entry. Michael Hauser is going to start out as 7th in the 17 entry. While he's on to the outside of him is David Adamson in the Wrangler Chevrolet. Stephen McGraw, I hope I said that's right, in the 83 Whiskey River. It's out of 9th out of 10th. This is Tony Bright in the Pad Bass Pro Shops. Everett Delane starting out of the 11th spot, so he's got taken out of the top 10 in the 19 pad. Nice pink and purple, so we can't miss him tonight. On the outside of him will be the 46 Stars and Stripes pad entry of Buddy Walters. Out of position 13 this evening, the number 4 truck. Again, the pad entry with the Bass Pro Shops of Ed Hayden. Good to see Ed here tonight, out of 13. Out of 40th, we've got Leonardo Barcelos. I hope I said that right, probably didn't, but please forgive me, Leonardo. It's in the 194 pad entry. That's looking pretty wild, that one. So a lot of these guys have got a lot of the pad logos on their truck, which is fantastic. Out of 15 tonight, we've got the 33 of Rod Romeo Sr. Rod's always one of the fan favourites here at Super Speedways in his quick lube and Goodrich 33 machine. And 43 of Wayne Finley. He's starting out at 16th again with the Stars and Stripes of Stars and Stripes pad entry. So as the field's starting to make their way around, we're going to end up with we've got 26 cars have qualified. However, we're going further back. A lot of these cars didn't qualify. We're going to start with 31, and LG Whaley is going to be our man in the rear. But if you know LG Whaley like we do, he's not going to be hanging in the rear for too much longer. Alright, so they're exiting out of 4 right now. They're all getting bunched up at the moment. Tor's going to lead us to the line. Safety car is about ready to duck on off and hand it over to Thor in the 74. Here we go. We're going to be going on green. Tor to the line. Tor to the inside of the 74 with Helgi in the 911 on the outside. Green, green, green. We're racing. These guys normally would roll out in second. Right now on the gas, Hard's into third. The truck's going to be sitting side by side at the moment. We're probably going to take a good maybe lap before we start getting around and even themselves out there. So far they're side by side, 3 deep. So the front 6 are sort of running with it. But the next group on from 7th, 8th onwards is definitely going to make sure they stay together and stay in line so they can hunt these front group down. They don't want to see them running around too early. But in saying that, the 67 of Mark Maffett, is definitely is on the bumper of the 74, trying to help him. So the 74 and 67 are starting to pull away at the moment nicely. Haugie and Paul are going to hook up, I guess, shortly. They're not there yet. We've got a few guys who are running further back down the pack, trying to make a run around the outside. So as the trucks are all battling for jostling for position, they're also trying to find their dance partner, because you've got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the tandems. This is where you've got to find your buddy, and your buddy has much of a chance of doing anything as much as you do. So you've got to think, not only you want to win this for yourself, but you want to win it for your buddy. Now just remember that the prize tonight for the lucky winner of this Pad 60 lapper at Daga is going to be the autograph poster of Sam Bass Gallery. So a lot of these guys not only driving for that prize in itself, but also the actual bragging rights as such. So we've already had one of the team drivers have finished the race, I believe. So oh no, he didn't even take the start. Sorry. So we've got 32 cars or 32 trucks right now. We're on lap 3. The first 6 have shot away, and at the end of that 6 is the 19 truck there of Everett Lane in the almighty pink and purple. So far, Tor Hellebuck still in the lead, with his partner behind him in the 67 Miller Lite is Mark Moffat. Helgi Gravemeyer, he still wants to get in on the action there. He's doing a bit of drafting, now side drafting alongside the 911. He just cannot seem to clear the 67 of Mark. Helgi needs his buddy there, Paul Servant in the number 8. And then just behind them is the 25 of Brian Bochard and and then the 19 of Everett Lane. So the front 6 definitely trying to get away, but the 911 definitely needs to start teaming up with the 8 there for anything to sort of happen. There we go. Now they're together. So some of the bigger movers and shakers at the moment would be Everett Lane in the 19, started 11th, currently in 6th. On top of that, we've got Ed Hayden from 13th down to 8th. Leonardo Barcelos from 14th down to 9th. And Rod Romeo Sr., he's currently in 10th in the 33 machine. So he's doing an excellent job so far. Rod always does. Oh, we've got a caution out. And there's a big wreck in 1. I have a bad feeling that LG Whaley was involved with that. I believe, unfortunately, he may have got caught up in it as an unsuspecting victim. So if we can perhaps get a replay on the 99 machine of LG Whaley to see how, unfortunately, his night ended up here. So I don't know if we're able to bring you that replay there of the incident between the 99 and I believe the 55 of Cecil Jackson. But that's very unfortunate there. It involved the 96 truck. I'm just trying to get a location on what transpired after everything sort of went haywire. So Tim Marlowe was also involved, as well as the 85, unfortunately, of Al Senna. Oh, and the 34, the Taco Bell entry of Nathan Kahn. So fair few trucks there involved. But at the moment we've still got our leader, Tor Hillebo, so Tor's doing it quite well, quite nicely at the moment. Let's see if we can have a chat with one of the drivers. What do you think? Let's see if we can get down there and have a chat with Tor at the moment. So we're going to see if we can get radio communication. Obviously the crew chiefs are trying to talk with their drivers about what changes they need to make. So we want to speak with the 74 of Tor Hillebo, so he's done a good job so far.
I did read that there was no pushing in this, right?
No, sir, you did not. If you want to push, you can push.
Oh, well, that's what.
You guys 2 to go?
Yeah, I could have sworn it was no pushing too.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't pushing.
Yeah, that was the Gen 6 car.
Hey, all right, Tor Hillebo in the 74, you got a copy? It's Daniel Williams up in the booth. Roger, roger. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Tor. I see you in a lot of these rooms and in the super speedways. You're definitely a master of craftsman there. How's the night going for you so far? You've bowled it. You've led every one of these 7 laps. How are you feeling?
Well, so far so good. I think everybody's just falling in line here, waiting for a few of these laps to take place, and then see what happens.
10-4. That's also an interesting paint job you got on that 74 machine. You care to elaborate where it came from?
Yeah, that's a custom-made job. It's a good Norwegian sweater tradition pattern.
Very interesting. I like it, Tor. And also, you got the lovely pad logo on the back. Obviously, people against attractive driving. Is there anyone you want to do a shout out to while I got you on the air?
I'd like to thank God and my mom and dad, and God bless you all.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Tor, and best of luck to you and the work you're doing with that 67 behind you.
Thank you, guys.
Well, there we have it. That was Tor, and interesting paint job. Is sort of a dedication to his family, the Norwegian side of his family, as well as representing the pad with the logo on the tailgate. So at the moment, Tor's been the man to beat, really, in qualifying now into the race. He's got currently behind him with the 6-7 of Mark Maffett. Mark qualified third, currently in second, but in saying that, he's got Helgi Gravemeyer in the 911, not far behind. So we've got a few trucks that have made a few laps down after this incident. We've got Cecil Jackson, the 55, is currently sitting on pit road. The 66 of Luke Luttrell. I'm not too sure. I think they've taken that truck behind the wall, unfortunately, for Luke there. And Keith Haney in the 87, I believe also truck was involved in a bit of a wreck. So unfortunate for three drivers. LG Whaley is back out on the track. The truck's looking $1 million, old blue as he likes to call it. And it's quite often a bit of a scare when you see that blue 99 in your rear view. You know old LG's coming for you. But one of the fairest races I know out there. So it's good to see LG's back in the hunt. So LG, he's currently not only unfortunately he's the last man on the lead lap, he's also he's back there in 29th after starting 31st. So a few more drivers heading up pit lane. Probably to top off on a bit of Sunoco Racing Fuel, get some more Goodyear tyres, Wranglers on there, and we're going to get going. I believe they're double filing up now, so one to go. And also I should probably take this time to mention a massive thank you to obviously Michael D'Amico from All Pro Broadcasting Network for all this hard work with the cameras behind the scenes. Without him, this would not be possible, not be achievable anyway. And not only that, but All Pro Racing, we do have a few sponsors of our own. Skiers Marine down there in Alabama, Peps Paints, Arizona Painting Company, as well as Michelangelo's Paintings. And also don't be afraid to look us up on Facebook, All Pro Racing, as well as here on iRacing. But also Michelangelo's Painting is also on Facebook. So if you're after any of your house to be painted, or even doing some garages now, he's doing some race shops with the grit floorings. So if you've got anyone who's interested, definitely get a hold of Michelangelo's Paintings there. But we're about to go green. These trucks, they're all ready to rock and roll. I'm noticing, as much as I'm trying not to notice, the 19 pink and purple of Everett Lane. I'm seeing it, and we're hearing come down that it was actually it was net code between the 99 and 55. So I didn't want to make anyone think that there was any malice or intentional wrecking between Cecil Jackson and LG Whaley. It was 100% net code, unfortunately, for both those drivers. Have a lot of respect for each other. All right, as we've lined up, we're going to go green very shortly. Tor Hellebo is going to lead us to the line, and there we go. We're green, green, green. Now this time on the restart, Tor's got the 67 on the outside of him. He's now got Helgi Gravemeyer on or behind him for the pushing. So the 911 is probably going to hook up with the 74 here. It looks like Hellebo goes up to pick up his 67. So it looks like the 25 there of Brian Bochard is going to pick up the 911, and we have a drag race for the lead. Now this could virtually take as long as the race goes. When you get these two lanes working with each other, it's just a constant battle, backwards and forwards on who's going to get the run. And that's some unfortunate news we've just had in. LG Whaley is parked it behind the wall in the 99 Old Blue. So it doesn't look like Old Blue will be taking much more of this race. That's a shame from LG. As I said, there was an incident earlier. No bad blood between anybody. But we just hope LG can get that sorted. All right, so now the 74 Tor Hellebo is really strived in front with that help from the 67 of Mark Maffett. I think his truck's going to be wanted for a post-race inspection. Absolutely flying at the moment, but they also allowed Paul 7 in the 8 to get around Helgi and Brian there. So Paul's currently in third, which is a good job for him. But Tor and Mark, the 74 and 67, they've got a nice little lead here, but that only means they can become a sit and duck later. So the Miller High Life 67 and Mark definitely has some pace today. As we're just looking further back, they're starting to get caught up now by the 8 of Paul 7 and Helgi Graymeyer, and the 911 starting to catch up on them. But they're now the front 4 is starting to pull away from the second group. And that second group's of a 5-car field, which includes Michael Hauser in the 17, Leonardo Barcelos in the 194, and Buddy Walters in the 46. And Tony Wright in the 38. But Tony Wright is working with Buddy Walters at the moment with their different respects to the pad entry. Buddy Walters in their Stars and Stripes, and Tony Wright in the Bass Pro Shops. So it looks like now the front group's been caught. So now it's gone from a group of 4 into, again, what could be a group of 6. With Michael Hauser just sort of trailing back there at the moment. A lot of communications going on these radios between drivers talking about where they want their buddies to go. Because see, when you're the car behind, when you're the truck behind, all you can see is the wing in front. And actually, let's see if we can get an onboard of the 67, so we can actually understand what we're talking about here. Can we go on board with the 67? So when you're on the board, you really cannot see much to do about nothing. And you're sort of stuck there. All you can see is that wing in front. You can see a little bit around the outside, but then if there's cars or trucks in front of you, you really get lost with where they are. And so there's got to be a lot of communication, because sometimes when he sort of tucks in there just to get the wind to really suck up on the back of that bumper bar truck in front, he's unable to see anything in front of that truck, really. And so you've got to be on your game plan. So that's why a lot of radio communication between the teams talking, letting them know what's in front of them, where they want to go, high, low, stay, lift, push, whatever the case may be, as well as their temperatures. With their temperatures in these trucks, they can shoot up very quickly when they're not getting cold air to the radiator. And not only puts water temperature up, they can also push the oil temperature up too. So when you get both of those up at the same time, you're not giving them fresh air. Before you know it, you've got to put a piston out the side of that motor, and that's going to be no good for no one. So yeah, it's just a bit of onboard footage here, so that's good to see. So the front 2, again, as explained, Tor and Mark, they're really just pushing away. However, we've got a massive surge at the moment by the 17 of Michael Hauser, and he's getting a massive helping hand here, I believe, by Buddy Walters in the 46. Now they've just run the outside, they're doing a bit of side drafting. That's where they sort of come down very close, almost taking each other's door handles off on the truck beside them, to try and take as much wind resistance away from their truck, and therefore give them a bit of an edge. Buddy Walters pushing the daylights out of that 17. I've had the pleasure of racing Buddy Walters myself. I cannot say that it was very successful in my behalf, but if definitely you want a hard racer to race you, he's definitely the man to look at. So it's going to be interesting to see if Buddy Walters can push that 17 and Michael Hauser past the 8, so they're able to drop back in. So at the moment, because they're on the high side, they're really working their trucks, which means Buddy Walters is really sucking up. He's trying to get some clean air at the moment. every now and then he'll sort of duck out, just allow a bit of clean air just to come into that radiator and cool that motor down. But when you're on the outside like that, you're committed to the person in front of you, and your pushing game has to be second to none. There's no break. So if you have a look between the 46 and the 911, the 911's got a bit of gap. Oh, the 46 has come down. I don't believe he's dropped the 17. I think he may come back up and pick the 17 up. No. So the 17's been... Yes, he will. Okay, no, he's not. Well, they've started to make an outside line anyway, but what I think could have been that was the 46 of Buddy Waters stuck down the low side because he's getting his temps too hot and was going to try and pass Michael Hauser that way. But Hauser was very fortunate enough, obviously, with the 38 in behind him, was able to pick him up and they were to continue. So I'd definitely say some team strategies are coming into play. And I'll tell you what, you're starting to see a nice influx of pad presented trucks up the front now. And also to get amongst the mix is the 19 of Everett Lane, in the pink and purple. Everett normally sports the flaming paint jobs, similar to what Jeff Gordon used to have with the flaming DuPonts. So you've got this next group of 5 after the front 4, all virtually pad races representing. But at the moment, Tor Hellebo is still our leader, with his trusty companion in the 67 Mark Maffett. Mark's going to be lucky. He, if anything, at the end of this race, he'll probably have no badge on the front of that Chevy. He's going to be rubbing it all off on the back of Tor's bumper, as we just saw Mark get a bit of fresh air going into 1. And we've had a truck down. We've got a big wreck into 1. Buddy Waters out. I've seen Everett Laney's out. Helgi Gravemeyer is out. Wow, massive wreck into 1. And it's still going. Our truck's just gone barrel rolling. Oh my, I had a bad feeling that truck may have been the last one to come in there to play. May have been the 12 of Earl. No, I believe Earl was not involved there. Earl Lateral. So the 911's definitely caught up in that mix, and Buddy Walters, Everett Lane. So let's try and see if we can get a replay here of what happens. If we can, I'd like to see from the front of the 46, Buddy Walters. And it looks like as they come into 1, there's a bit of pushing, bumping backwards. When there's 2 trucks here, it's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's relatively certainly you can bump, push the person through the corner. When you start involving the 3rd truck, that's when it starts to get a bit crazy. So I think what could have happened is maybe a bump between the 911 to the 8, which brought the 911 back a little bit. Maybe the 46 bumped the 911, but it was enough to put the 911 around. So as Helgi's gone around, it's taken down with him Buddy Walters, who got in the back of Helgi. Helgi's come back up straight into the 19 of Everett Lane, which has caused also the 17 of Michael Hauser there to be involved. It's also brought him to the 38, of Tony Wright. That's virtually five pad trucks involved then and there. Rod Romeo Sr., I believe, got involved. The 83 of Stephen McGoll also got involved. The 41 of Dave Spotton has also got involved. As I said before, the 12, I believe, made it through clear, which is the 12 of Earl Lateral, which is good to see. But yeah, I mean, how many trucks was that I was counting out? And there's still more that are crashing. The 64 is torn up a bit. That's Cecil Renee. It's actually good to see Cecil Renee. He bit of a celebrity here. But, oh, Jesus, all the trucks are just involved there. It's, and as I said, there's still more trucks just coming in and get torn up still, so... That was just absolutely incredible stuff. Definitely a game changer, that's for sure. Now, at the moment, we've got the 7 here of David Adamson, who's currently our leader, with Rod Romeo Sr. in second. And as we're back live, so we see the... well, I'm not sure what's going on here because we'll just have to wait for him to come around the time loop, I guess. But I got here Tor Hellebaum in the 74 now, reading in third with Mark Maffett in the 67 in fourth. So... okay, so the 33 and the 7 are taking pit, going down pit road. LG Whaley, I just saw his truck, the 99 Old Blue, still out there, so that's fantastic to see, getting his lap back. It's good to see LG back in the game. Definitely a fan favourite, old LG. So as we've just gone through the timing loop now, so let's have a look. Ed Hayden in the 4 machine was very lucky to miss any sort of damage in that massive wreck. And I believe the 4 and the 25 are just conversing with each other to ask, can you see any damage on my truck? Can you see any damage on my truck? What these guys have to do, unfortunately, when they get side damage, you can't see it on your truck. But it definitely will slow your truck down as the 19 of Everett Lane gets a wave around to bring him back on the lead lap. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're 23 laps down out of the 60 lapper. I hope you're enjoying it where your vantage point is. As Michael D'Amico works hard behind the cameras to give us all the action live. And we just, have to be very thankful to Michael Cleaney for what he's done with the whole PAD organisation, People Against Distracted Driving, and that's what we're here for. As you said, in motorsport, the race fans are the best people to sort of get a hold of, and it's good to see none of these guys driving distracted tonight. They'll be all alert, hands on the wheel. I reckon there's some white knuckles even going on there. After that wreck, I think there'll be a few people with a few little heart murmurs. Because, geez, that was a big one. To take out 6 of the front runners was just incredible. But fingers crossed we're able to keep it going. Let's see if we can try and get an interview down there at the moment. I know there's a bit of talking going on. Let's try and see if we can get down there and have a chat with Michael Cleaney and see if he saw any of that action.
And if I can get another one, I'll be back on the lead lap. Michael Cleaney, it's Andrew Williams off the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, good, Andrew. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. I see you from your 23rd qualifying position. You're currently up to 12th after that big wreck. How are you feeling?
911 race, please. I am 2 laps down.
Truck feels good. It's a little tough trying to catch up to everybody. A lot of good drivers in here, but feels good. And go Helgi, nobody in.
All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for your time, and you've got a good truck there, the 18. Let's hope you can bring it on home. But we'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's a bit hard to try and get in there and have a chat with them, especially when they're trying to get people back on the lead lap. So we are sorry there, guys. Wayne Finley is doing the task of waving everyone around. Wayne is currently in the 43 machine, the Stars and Stripes pad entry. And let's can we get a bit of a shot of Wayne as he's heading into turn 3? And just want to show our appreciation, Wayne. We appreciate what you do. And sorry to make your life a bit harder for dragging on there with the open channel. But Wayne at the moment is in 17th, started 16th, so fingers crossed he can make something happen, which I'm sure he will. He's He's a bit of an old fox here at Super Speedways, Wayne. I've had the luxury of racing with him the last few nights. As we're lined up, safety car's about to go in. Tor to the inside in the 74, Mark in the 6-7 to the outside. Buddies, what are they going to do? Paul 7 in the 8th off 3 and Ed Hayden in 4 off 4. And we're green. Everyone gets the gas down. We had a bit of a bump and run back behind, further on, bit of an organ effect. Seems like everyone's got going now. So Mark Muffett at the 6-7 was able to get around Tor. So the 74 is going to come up now and help the 67, but he's saying that Ed Hayden, the number 4, he says, I want to get on the action. He does a nice little side draft there as he's waiting for his partner in the 24 to get up alongside to help him. So now James Crawford is coming in the mix. But what team, what two-car team will have what it takes to get around the 74 and the 67 respectively? These two have been running up front since the green flag dropped. And the 24 is unable to stay with the 4 there. So I'm not sure what happened to James Crawford. But he's taken to the low line, and Ed Hayden has come into the low line too. So while the front 6 are all down low, further back in the mix, you got 2-car wide. And I believe you may have the 46 now is hooking up with the 33 of Rod Romeo Sr. and Buddy Walters. That's going to be a good pairing if you get those two together. As our leader across the line to complete lap 27, Mark Muffett and Tor Hellebo still 1-2 at the moment. They're starting to pull a bit of a lead here now on the 4 and the 24 respectively. Still a lot of radio chatter going on about who's where, what, why and how. But yeah, it comes to a point where you get this big long line of trucks and you got your foot flat to the floor because that's what you know how to do as a driver, as a racer. But when you got 7 cars in front, you're all nose to tail, and you're still flat to the floor, and you're catching them like crazy. You got to learn to back off a little bit. And so a lot of these guys will be sort of laying off the gas a bit, so not running to the front of the guy, or the back of the guy in front of him. But while all this happening, is the 67 and 74 are just virtually making mincemeat of everyone else. But I mean, it's still early days. I wouldn't say it's going to be how it's going to end, but definitely some strong drivers there. So we're going to be passing our halfway point shortly. And our halfway point with the amount of cautions we've had, I believe we're doing reasonably well. Would be better. So Mark in the 6-7 leads us across to complete lap 28, start lap 29. And at the moment, these two aren't phased. Back through the field, however, we've got the 25 of. Brian Bochard with obviously the 41 pushing him of Dave Sputon. I hope I said that right. Spot on. The 41 and the 25 are hooked up. They're trying to go around the outside of the 8 and the 194. That they separate at the moment, which is allowed the 46 and the 33. You know what? I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to put $1 down on these two here that are coming now. The 46 and the 33. Buddy Waters and Rod Romeo Sr. Definitely some fast trucks between them both, and the knowledge and the experience to get the job done. But I'll be hard pressed to actually put that dollar down on them, seeing the fact that the field is so competitive as it is. So it looks like the 24 and the 4 are now switching. Ed Hayden allowed the 24 through, but he's staying up high. He must be either going back to pick someone up or... No, he's come down low again. And around the outside goes the 8 of Paul Servant and Leonardo Barcelos. Looks like Barcelos just had a blink there. Oh, here we go. Is the 4 going to get picked up now by the 46? Well, I don't know what happened with Ed Hayden just then. He dropped significantly in the order. And he's continuing to fall back, so is the 24. And now you got this line of 4 cars around the outside, coming strong. The 8, the 194, the 46, and the 33. Now it looks like Ed's gotten to the bumper of the 24. So Ed's going to push Crawford. Ooh, Ed almost come up into the door of Buddy Waters there. Buddy Waters had to almost go to the wall. That allowed the 46 and the 33 to do a switch. And while all this jump around is happening, he's allowing the group behind them to catch up. And then a 3-car tandem, the 8, the 194 and the 24, got to the back bumper of the 67, and the 8 just gave the 67 a whopping hello. Lucky Paul there almost sent Mark off into the infield there. Mark was able to continue and is actually now starting to pull away with Thor ahead of him. So the 67 and the 74 have done a nice switch for a clean truck in front. And a cold truck in the rear, so they're going to come flying down. We're starting to see the green and gold truck here, the number 7, come into play. He's starting to catch up on the back of him, David Adamson, as well with the 56 of Joe Fisher. So they're starting to catch up with this group now that was sort of starting to break away. And soon we're going to have a group from first back to 12th. And I missed the halfway point, so we're on lap 34 at the moment. And at the moment, you're just seeing a lot of these guys are giving each other room. They're giving each other a lot of space. However, shortly it's going to be go time, and that's when it's not going to be any more room and not going to be any more space, because go time is when they need to get going. So the 194 is looking to the inside of the 8. He's sort of touching the apron there. Just trying to get a gauge on who's going to start working with who here, because you've seen a lot of 3-car teams and stuff, which based on the old trucks doesn't, or in my experience, hasn't really worked as well as the 2-car tandem. So I guess the first 5 are starting to shoot away. It looks like Waters, Buddy Waters now is in behind the 33 of Rod Ronimus Senior, and they've just been able to get around the 4 of Ed Hayden there. Ed Hayden was earlier hooked up with the 24. We're starting to see the second half of this race starting to transform. And I don't believe it is. It could well and truly be, but at the moment in 14th spot is LG Whaley in the 99 all blue. And he's getting a nice helping hand there by the 26 of Jason Beach. Now these two have come from the rear up to this group here now. Now you're starting to see the two-car tandems form up. And there's one car who's a sit duck all by himself. And that is the 24. And while all this is happening, everyone's starting to get in their little groups of two at the moment. They're dance partners, as they like to be called. The 26 and the 99 there of LG Whaley and Jason Beach. They're going to start doing a run around the 25 of Ryan Bochard and the 15 of Brent Pizzle. And they're able to make that group separate. And here they come. Oh, a truck to the drop to the bottom of the apron. Was that the 24? I believe it was. And that's going to bring up LG Whaley up to another position. Jason Beach pushing him hard now around the outside. They're three wide coming through the tri-oval. And they've made it. They're clear. And we've got a caution out. Caution out. So the caution's out. We're looking. I see a pretty banged up truck there of this. It was the 17, I believe, of Michael Hauser with the 38 behind him. The 38 was Tony Wright. As they're going through 4, I believe it's just a 2-car incident. And yeah, Tony Wright and the 38 just hooked the 17. Yeah, so unfortunately I'm able to bring you a replay, but it looks like the 38 of Tony Wright has hooked the 17 of Michael Hauser and causing those two trucks to spin out of the race just now. So back to our leaders, and Tor Hellebo is still our man leading the race with his drafting buddy in the 67, Mark Maffett, in second, and Paul 7 in the 8. Now he's done a tremendous job so far. He's been hanging around since the start of the race. He was working with the 199 of the 911 of Helgi Graymeyer, and now he seems to be doing something with the 194 of Leonardo Barcelos. That's probably not how you say it, but sorry, Leonardo. So he's doing some good work there. Rod Romeo Sr. is up to from 15th up to 5th with Buddy Walters behind him. Joe Fisher from 36 up to 7th. He's doing an excellent job. And another move is definitely LG Whaley and Jason Beach. Ran at 9 and 10. So a lot of these guys have been pushing hard in this race. On starting lap 40 now. Unfortunately, we've had a few trucks go behind the wall there. So we're going to lose a few more. Currently, our last truck on the lead lap, it will change. I've got here at the moment is 38 Tony Wright. However, the 12 of Earl Lateral, I haven't been watching him very much, but he looks to be battling this evening, and Mike Collini as well. So they're now back there in 22nd, 23rd. Stephen McGott in the 83, he's been given a wave round. He's lapped down Helgi Graymeyer in the 911. Also a lap down Michael Hauser, a lap down. And I believe Michael Hauser will pick us up with the last car at the moment, registered on the track in 26th position. So he gone from a guy who was shooting for the stars earlier to now back there. It just goes to show the competition in his field is second to none. And these guys are definitely putting on a great performance this evening and racing their hearts out. So I'm watching two groups at the moment. I'll be watching the 33 and the 46, as well as the 99 and the 26, to see how they're going to play out. let's we'll see if we can end up doing an interview here.
Boy, and he lost his profile. He's not doing much with it at all anymore. Just leaving it up.
Who we want to speak to? Let's try to see if we can hook up with Wayne Finley.
Wayne Finley in the 43 and Teddy Roos off the boots. Got a copy?
But I want to know how can you get it to work? It'll work on the other computer I got, but it won't work on this one in the race.
I'm noticing that you've been doing a lot of the work as well as racing in this race, and I sort of caught you off guard before. You started out in 16th, currently 18th. This is not really a thing for you at the moment. When are you going to start making your run to the front?
Well, I've got all the gas I need. I don't need tires, so I'm gonna quit dropping back. I'm going to the front right now.
Well, that's good to hear, Wayne. Who are you going to be relying on to be your dancing partner?
Well, as far back as I am in 18th, anybody that's moving forward, I'm going to be right behind them.
I'm hearing you there. Keep an eye on that 64 behind you. Cecil Renee is a good peddler there, as well as the 8 behind him. So, but best luck. You also got Michael Cleany. But I just want to say, excellent work you're doing, Wayne, and I'll be watching.
That's rainy, ain't it?
Thank you, Andrew.
There's Wayne Finley, one of the characters here, in iRacing, as well as the Pad League. And what he does, he's doing two people's work. Really, he's trying to drive this truck. As he said in the interview, he's been falling back a lot, obviously trying to stay out of the mix and what's going on ahead of him. But he's also trying to do a lot of the admin, giving guys wave rounds, making sure everyone's up on the lead lap, making sure people giving a black flag for example, trying to avoid a wreck and cut through the grass or something. He's making sure everyone's got a fair, honest chance of winning this race. So if it wasn't for people like Wayne, things like this certainly would not be happening the way it's happening. So a massive shout out to you, Wayne, and we all appreciate what you do. Another one of these guys that assist with Wayne is Ed Hayden, the number 4. He's definitely up so far 3 positions from where he started, so he's doing an excellent job. I was talking before about one of the drivers, and that was the Everett Lane was another guy we're sort of watching on too in the 19. Started from 11th, currently 15th. So a lot of these guys have had some up and down races. At the moment, we've got Paul Servant in the 8th, who started from 4th. Now, he was running second, third a lot throughout the start of this race. At the moment, he's currently back in 20th. But with what it looks like, he's definitely got the gas to go. He's definitely got the truck to go. And he's definitely got the driver ability to go. So it's going to be interesting to see the 8 coming through the field. He's probably going to definitely be hooking up with his old-time buddy, the 911 of Helgi Gravemeyer. Gravemeyer's his name, got caught up in the earlier accident. He's now definitely got the gas to go for it, as well as the truck. So it's not over for a lot of these guys. Anything can happen. This track here that we're racing is 2.66 miles long. So even in 2 laps, anything can happen. But the trucks are double filed up at the moment. There's a lot of people I want to try and be watching throughout this course of this run. It'd be good if we can go all the way through to the checkers. But it's going to be interesting to see who's going to end up where. But definitely the man of the moment so far is Saul Helleberg, with the pole and just leading with his trusty buddy there at 67, Mark Maffett. They're 1-2 alongside, but in saying that, 3 and 4, you've got Leonardo Barcelos and Rod Romius Sr. I'm not sure what's going to happen between these two. Tor leads us down to the line. Builds in control by the 74. 60-70 outside. Green, we're racing. They pick up the gas. It looks like, I don't know, did Tor hold off a little bit there? I'm not too sure, but the 67's definitely around the outside of the 74. And that's just left Rod Romius Sr. with nowhere to go. He's just a sit duck on the outside. But I see the 46. Oh, the 194 is caution's out. Oh. We've got the 93, the 40. Oh. So that's Buddy Walters involved in that. That's the 83 of Stephen McGrath, involved in that. That's the 911 is involved in that. So all these drivers I was talking about earlier saying they're good to go, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Let's try and see if we can pinpoint actually what happened here. I know the replays aren't really working at the moment. Okay, I think I found where it happened. It looked like the 43 there, Wayne Finley. So the 93 could have been John Bade. He looks okay. So it's happened a bit before. Oh, here we go. So the 25. When I say this, I'm not taking blame on anybody. So calm down, viewers. I believe the 25 may have just checked up ever so slightly what's happening in front. That's allowed the 85 just to run straight to the back, which has caused a chain reaction with the 93 into the back of the 85. The 43 has tried to avoid. They've spun, hit. The 8's got involved. The 38, everyone's gotten in there, and that was a massive wreckfest. So it's one of those cording effects when something up front happens. Now, that doesn't mean the 25 checked up for no reason. It means whatever was going on up ahead of the 25 virtually slowed up that side of the line, of the outside line. And that's what I was talking about before when we were in the in-car footage before. You can't see, like the 85 could not see what was going on ahead of the 25, the truck in front of him. So it looks like the back off came from further up the line. I'm just trying to work out where further up the line it came from. Especially when before we were talking about how there was a 33 that, Rod Romeo Sr. had no one to work with on the outside. Yet behind him, everyone's just sort of checked up, and it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, that's Super Speedway racing. And we just hope these guys can get their truck sorted out and fixed, because they've worked hard to be here, and they definitely don't want to go that way. So this is going to bring out their caution at the moment. We're not going to go have an interview with anyone, because as sure as anything, don't want to jinx anybody, because just then, unfortunately, Wayne Finley was involved in that wreck. So we'll take this moment to just say thank you again to everyone, Michael Collini, the founder of PAD, for this great race that he's put on this evening. The organisation of PAD, which is People Against Distracted Driving. You can check out their website, www.pad.org. As well as, don't forget the winner of the race wins an autograph poster of Sam Bass Gallery. And you can check out Sam Bass's all his posters online and his awesome stuff at sambass.com, SAMBASS.com. Must do a shout out to our lovely sponsors here at All Pro Broadcast Network, which is Skiers Marine. Many thanks to them, Skiers Marine in Alabama, but also do ship worldwide. So if you've got any of your boating needs, don't be a stranger. Look up skiersmarine.com. And Michelangelo's paintings, fantastic supporter of everything we've done, and I wouldn't say he's like a Michelangelo's paintings as far as doing nice Picassos, but he's definitely started to get into the race shop side of paintings on walls, floors, doing the grit on the floors of the paint shops or the workshops. That's good for Edgelow's Paint. Check them out on Facebook, All Pro Racing, Peps Paints, and obviously, or as always, Arizona Painting Company. So without those people, we definitely wouldn't be able to do what we do. As well as a massive again thank you to Michael D'Amico, the man who runs the cameras. He sits there. Sometimes you wish he had a few more hands to make sure we get the right action shot. But we appreciate what you do, Michael. Thank you. So we're now down 46 laps out of the 60 lapper here at Talladega. So Cecil Renee there has been given an EOL penalty. It's hard luck there for Cecil Renee. Cecil Renee is one of our little celebrity races. If you're a fan of Just trying to think now. It's the it's a show on cable TV. I'm just trying to think. It's the street drag racing one, the Street Outlaws. Can't think of the life of me, but Cecil Renee has been involved in that and knows all the ins and outs of the whole broadcasting of that show. I'm sorry, it's gone for a blank. We'll try and get a hold of him if we can to find out for you viewers at home, but he's a bit of a little iRacing celebrity for us here. As now all the fields sort of starting to gather up. We should be going to one to go. And they're double filing up now. So, as you're all aware, we had the Phoenix race today for the Cup cars, and what a great return to the race was Kurt Busch, finishing up with a top 10. Obviously, with his teammate Kevin Harvick taking the win. So. Looks like the Stuart Haas program is kicking up again in full swing with the cars up front. It's a shame they can't get all of them up there, and looks like the Hendrick boys had a bit of a tough day. But good news for Kurt Busch on his return. So for the restart of this race here with our pad Talladega 60 lapper. It's going to be our the 67 Miller Highlight, Mark Muffett off the pole. Tor Hellebo is going to be off 2. And off 3 and 4 is Leonardo Barcelos in the 194 and Buddy Waters in the 46. As Mark is going to control the field shortly as the pace car ducks off in. Safety car is in. Field's in control of Mark. Now we've just got to watch what these two do here. And we've got the green. So the 74 is around already, and he's going to duck down in front of Mark. Mark's going to pick him up. The 46 there of Buddy Waters with alongside the 56 Jay Fisher. Not sure what happened there. And further back in the field, you've got the 99. He's starting to creep up in the mix. The 26 behind him with Jason Beach. So Buddy Waters down to the inside. He just leaves Joe Fisher high and dry. That wasn't meant to be a pun either, by the way, but that's all right. Joe might be picked up here by the 99. And while this is happening, the 74 and the 67 are just pulling away again. Got 3 wide going through the tri-oval as Jason Beach is pushing LG Whaley around the outside of Joe Fisher. Have to make sure they clear Fisher before they come down. I believe they did. Everything's good. So you definitely get some strong contenders here now. So right now you've got the 19 there of Everett Lane with Ed Hayden, and while that's going on, the 7 of David Adamson is looking for a partner as well. I believe he's going to get picked up by the 25 Brian Bochard. And here comes the 46 and the 33 while they're trying to do something. It looks like Ed Hayden is starting to go around them. He doesn't have his partner yet. Everett Lane's not sure if he wants to go that high. Oh, they're doing a swap here. With 10 laps remaining. Got to keep an eye on those water temps. Ed Hayden drops back a fair bit, gets a nice little push there for Joe Fisher. I'm not sure. I think Everett Lane has just been left out to dry. He's falling back. And I'm starting to see trying to come through the field now is the 17 of Michael Hauser with his buddy there, Tony Wright, the 38, who tagged him earlier. They're really starting to work their way up now. They're back up to 15th. So still, Tor Hellebo with Mark Muffett leading. Leonardo Barcelos in third with David Adamson in fourth. David looking to try and get to the bumper of the 194 there. Give him a bit of a hand. Behind him, you got the 46 and the 33. They're going to start teaming up very shortly. They're just trying to keep their motor as cool as possible before they have to do the big run. And you're starting to see again old Blue, the 99 of LG Whaley. And we've got to turn the 26, the 25, big wreck. I see the 17 involved. Everybody involved in that one after the fact. If we could try and get with the 26 at Jason Beach. I was actually watching this when it transpired. I had my eyes set on that. And I think they've the 26, they've sort of come down to try and side draft as much as possible. In doing so, unfortunately, it sucked the 25 up a bit off the yellow line, and the 25 and the 26 have made contact, which brought everybody in the mix. The Helgi, Graham Myers involved, Ed Hayden involved, Joe Fisher's involved, the 41. Just everybody became involved in this one. I believe the 17 didn't make it unscathed, 38. So unfortunately, that ruined a lot of trucks there. So with that being said, I'm not sure who we're going to have to contend. We've still got some trucks here. I'm not trying to say it's all one way. I think if we're going to look for an underdog, it might be anywhere between this the 194 in third and the 7. We haven't really seen them work with each other as such. They've obviously got fast trucks for what they've achieved. Leonardo Barcelos and David Adamson, sorry. So if these two can work together, there's no reason why they can't. They're in the prime position. They only need to attack two trucks in front of them, whereas further back, Buddy Walters and Rod Romeus Senior, they have to attack 4 trucks to try and get the lead. So it's definitely less work for the 194 and the 7 if they're doing anything. At the moment, we have 19 trucks on the lead lap, with Jason Beach currently showing in 19th position. So a bit of heartache for Jason. It's a shame we lost a few good drivers earlier on in these wrecks. One of them was the 8 there of Paul Servant. These guys are running very hard, very strong at the start, and it's just it's a shame all that hard work amounts to nothing really. One of the other guys I was sort of trying to keep a close eye on was the 12 of L Lateral. An extremely fast driver, and I was expecting him to be at the front. I think he was even expecting to be at the front. But unfortunately for Earl, that wasn't meant to be the case this evening, and he finds himself back down pit road. So I believe these guys are going to have a 5-lap shootout just about. Definitely got the fuel on board, so it's going to be all out. as the safety car leads around once more. Any takers? Any takers? LG Whaley looks to be the only taker, so LG's down pit lane. Look to be just a drive-through. Interesting there. Tactics by the 99 of LG Whaley, old blue. But I just clicked onto what it was, and these guys, they never stop thinking ahead. He's dropped back to pick up the 26 as quickly as possible. So his buddy in crime, his partner tonight, his dancing partner, the 26 of Jason Beach, back there in 17th. Everett Lane is in 18th. LG Whaley in the 99 is going to start out at 19th, and is going to be directly behind on the inside line of Jason. So they're going to be able to start pushing virtually straight away on the get-go. And Earl Lateral's been given the wave round, which he's going to take quite gladly to try and bring him back on the lead lap before we go back to green. And Earl's in the well-presented pad Silverado Chevrolet. Oh, here we go. We're going to get strapped in. It's going to be a quick sprint to the line. So we got Hellebo going to be the off 1 with Maffett off 2, Barcelos off 3, Addison 4, but Walters 5. Ronan Senior will be 6, Bochar will be 7, Tim Marlowe at the 96. Haven't really spoken about him. He started out at 30th. He's worked his way up to 8th. He's done a fantastic job. Tim in the 90, Tim Marlowe's going to be out of 8th. Alcino in the 85. Out of 9th, John Beige in the 93. Out of 10th, Stephen McGough in the 83. Sorry, he's out of 11th. Mike this evening in the 18 is out of 12 with Wayne, who we spoke to before, out of 13th. Tony Wright will be out of 14th, and Brent Vessel will be out of 15th. Michael Hauser 16th. Jason Beach will be 17th. LG's coming out of 18th. Everett Lane 19th, and Earl Ladder will be out of 20th. I believe still one lap down, but we're double filed up here. We have to go racing. We need to see a winner. We need this thing in the books. Who's going to get it done? I think we should watch the tactics here between the 74 and the 67. They've been playing them all night, and I tell you, they've been working straight into their hands, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't been worried too much. Field in control by Hellebo. Green. Now the 67 has come down ahead of the line. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But unfortunately, that's just sent the 7 there of David Adamson all the way back. He's got no one to help him. So Hellebo was in relegated back to 2nd. Maffett in 1st. They're pushing like crazy down the back straight. They've got the 194 behind them. He wants to get on the action, Leonardo Barcelos. they're making a 3-truck tandem here. They're really starting to shoot away from the rest of the group. So it's interesting to see, but you've got the 33 pushing hard on the bumper of the 46. Buddy Walters back further in the field. You've got 3 wide to the triangle. They have to give a lot of room, or before you know it, we're going to go back to caution. And there it is, there's the wreck. The big one. It was going to happen. That was a massive wreck there into one. So as they come back around, they've got the caution out. They're going to pick up the safety car shortly. And unfortunately, that's going to be the race in the bag. I saw this wreck when it started playing out. I saw it with LG Whaley as he was trying to come up the inside ahead of him. It looked like the 43 may have come up ever so slightly. This is where the trucks in front, because you can't see much, if they start wobbling, you don't realise they're wobbling because you're focused so much on them. So I think it happened further up the field, which caused the 43 to have a bit of a wobble. And when he's done his little, well, he's actually followed the truck in front of him up a bit, and that has caused him to sort of 43 of Wayne Finley to get into Michael there, the 18 Michael Kalenley, and it's unfortunately has also brought LG up into the 38 there of Tony Wright, which has put all these trucks sideways, and the 26's involved, the 15's involved, the 43's involved, the 18's involved, 93's involved. But everyone, the 19 also got involved, Everett Lane, and as well as the 12. I did see one truck even take flight and fly over the crash barrier. Only to disappear. So who was that? I think that was the 18 actually of Michael. Can we get an onboard footage of Michael? That would be incredible. He definitely got sent out of this race quickly. So unfortunately that is the end of the race. It's a hard pill to swallow when a lot of these drivers have put in a commitment for a very long run, and unfortunately we get a finish in a caution. But yeah, it looks like our man of the moment, or the man of the evening, is going to be the 67 there of Mark Maffett. Behind him in second place this evening is going to be Tor Hellebo. So this team between Tor and Mark was second to none. Obviously, they were definitely the class of the field this evening, and they did the job well done. Leonardo Barcelos was in third tonight. Buddy Walters was in fourth. Rod Romeo Sr. was fifth. David Adamson, Strong's truck, back in sixth there. Al Senna in the 85 in seventh. Stephen McGough in eighth there in the 83. Wayne Finley in the in the 43 finishes ninth. And Tim Marlowe in the 96. Well, actually, I think they're going to change. Yes, Tim finishes in 8th, sorry. Wayne Finley's 10th, so it's all been mucked around there. But well done to the winners. And we actually had an international here tonight, not only myself doing the broadcasting or the announcing, but our third place getter in the 194, Leonardo Barcelos, is housed from Brazil. So well done to you there, Leonardo.
Mike, I ended up getting the top 10 out of it.
So these guys had a lot of good racing. We're going to see where these guys are going to end up. They're going to do a victory burnout. But a few disappointments in the race. Mark Cleaney, unfortunately, 3 laps behind in 16th. LG Whaley also 3 laps behind in 17th. Jason Beach and Everett Lane. All lateral, down 4 laps in 20th. Helgi Gravemeyer, he started second, ended up down in 21st, 9 laps down. Ed Hayden ended up 9 laps down as well. Joe Fisher, Paul Servant, Cecil Renee, and James Crawford did a good run in the start of the race, and unfortunately for him, it wasn't meant to be. We had 14 trucks finish on the lead lap. Out of that, 60 laps, starting with what did we start with? 34 trucks, 33 trucks. So, sorry, 32 took the green, sorry. So, here we have our first place getters. We'll go down and have a chat to them. And,
yeah, Michael D'Amico, if you type up the address where they can watch the replay, that'd be great.
So
see that replay.
We'll have a look now. So
Tor Hellebo in the 74, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. But well done to you. You ended up coming home there in second under caution. I don't think the positions would have changed much. You and your dance partner Mark did a great job from the get-go. Please tell us about your race.
We just plan to qualify real fast and then stay up top the whole way around.
I like it. You decided to qualify really fast. I tried to do that myself. It never worked. On the restart, I was seeing a bit of a game plan going on there, trying to help each other get in front and stuff. You guys executed that really well. Please, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I thought we did that pretty good, man. I don't think we caused any back offs or anything, but we just want to get cleaned up real fast, so we could get going.
Yeah, he wants to thank Mark Maffitt.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mark for being a good partner, and thanks Pads for everything. It's been a good race.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Thor, and well done on your second place. Our first place this evening is Mark Maffitt in the 67 Miller. Highlights, Mark, well done to you on your win, and please tell us about your race.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. The race went great. Me and Tor just stayed hooked up the whole race. Really fended off all challenges pretty much the whole time. Just want to thank Tor for being a great partner as always. Shout out to my teammates on True Speed. Want to thank Wayne and Mike and Pad, which is a great cause, and hope it really does well. Just want to say great race, guys.
Fantastic. That was very, very good of you there, Mark. Also, for winnings this evening, I believe Michael Cleaney has organised an awesome win prize for you, Mark. Michael, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, it was actually Wayne that actually hooked that all up there, but it's signed by Sam Bass, autographed poster. Really, really cool. And thanks Wayne for that, and thanks Sam Bass Galleries. It's pretty cool. Nice award, and excellent racing. Congratulations on the win.
Well, there you go, Mark. So it's a nice autograph poster of Sam Bass. I believe it could be a Dale Earnhardt, I believe, as well, Mark.
Yeah, Wayne would be able to tell us a little more, or we might have to find out once Sam gets it to us.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Wayne. That's Wayne Finley as well. Always does a fantastic job. Was doing an awesome job in the room tonight, sort of adminning and making sure everyone had a fair chance of winning. Thank you very much, Wayne. But thank you very much, Mark. And well done to you on your win. And yeah, how about you burn down the house, my friend?
I mean, just so you guys know, not that everybody knows, and Wayne doesn't brag about it or anything, but he is a board member and trustee of PAD.org. He is on that board member. He's one of our founding members.
So, Michael, if you've got a quick second, based on the end result this evening, I'd have to say it's a very successful race for you and for the PAD organisation as well as everyone involved. So I just want to hats off to you and everything you've done here. Also, Wayne Finley, again, everything you've done as well, hats off to you, and it's great to see you continue always to give back to a sport and everything you love so much. So thank you very much to Wayne and Mike, guys.
Yep, thanks.
No. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking around for our PAD Dega race this evening for 60 laps. On behalf of PAD, People Against Distracted Driving, please check out their website, www.pad.org. It's a great cause, and if we can get the word out any further, it would be fantastic. Well done tonight to our race winner, Mark Maffett, in the 67, and his teammate behind him in the 74, Paul Hellebo. Again, thank you very much to Michael Cleaney, Wayne Finlay, as well as Michelangelo's Paintings, Skiers Marine, All Pro Racing, All Pro Broadcast Network, and Michael D'Amico for everything that they've done as far as the camera work and the presentation and so forth. As always, myself, Andrew Williams, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, and look forward to catching you next time. Bye for now.